Today, we're taking a journey into the heart of the Kingdom of Morocco. We're going to start with a big picture view, its place in the world, and then zoom all the way down to what makes a trip here so transformative. You ready? Let's dive in.
So here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll get the essentials down, where it is, who calls it home. Then we'll get into its incredible culture, find out why it's such a magnet for travelers, cover a quick practical tip about money, and then we'll finish with the most important part, the experience itself.
All right, so first things first, let's get our bearings. Where exactly is the Kingdom of Morocco?
Well, Morocco is sitting in this really key spot. It's a northernmost country in all of North Africa. This means it has these two amazing, distinct coastlines. You've got the huge Atlantic Ocean on one side and the legendary Mediterranean Sea on the other. And to the east, it shares a land border with Algeria. And it's home to over 37 million people. Just think about that. That's a whole lot of history, culture, and life buzzing within its borders. The country itself covers more than 446,000 square kilometers. But, when you start talking about Morocco's borders, our source material shows that the map isn't always as simple as it looks. Right, so the sources we're drawing from here point out that Morocco has a land border with the disputed territory of Western Sahara down south. They also mention that Morocco claims several Spanish territories, like Ceuta and Melilla, right there along its coast. So, you've got the map, you've got the geography, but what breathes life into it all? Well, that's the culture. Let's get into the people and the identity that really make up this nation's incredible mosaic. Moroccan identity isn't just one single thing. Not at all. It's this vibrant, layered mix of influences. Its roots run super deep with Berber and Arab heritage, but then you also have this significant layer of European, especially French and Spanish, influence woven all through its more recent history. And you can really hear this mix in the languages people speak. Officially, the languages are Standard Arabic and Berber, but on the street and daily life, you're going to hear Darija, which is the unique Moroccan dialect of Arabic, and French is also spoken all over the place, especially in business. Now, a really central piece of the national identity is religion. The official and main religion in Morocco is Islam, and it really shapes so much of the country's culture, its holidays, and just the rhythm of everyday life. So, with a culture this rich and landscapes this stunning, it's really no surprise that Morocco is a huge draw for travelers. And that brings us to its role as a tourism hub. It's a massive pillar of their modern economy. The country's tourism industry is just so well developed, it really focuses on showing off what makes Morocco, Morocco. Its gorgeous coasts, its deep and fascinating history, and of course, that amazing culture. The government saw how important this was really early on, setting up a whole Ministry of Tourism way back in 1985. And wow, did that investment pay off? Get this, since 2013, Morocco has been the #1 most visited country in all of Africa. That just goes to show you how powerful and lasting its appeal really is.
Okay, so if you're thinking about becoming one of those millions of visitors, you're going to need to know about the local cash. So let's get practical for a minute with a quick guide to the dirham.
The official currency is the Moroccan dirham. You'll see it written as MAD. The system is super straightforward. One dirham is broken down into 100 little units called centimes. Easy enough, right? So, when you're actually there, you're mostly going to be using 4 main banknotes. The 20 and 50 dirham notes are perfect for smaller things, like grabbing street food or a souvenir at the market. And then the 100 and 200 notes will cover bigger things, like a nice meal out. So, we've covered the geography, the culture, the practical stuff, but what our source material makes so clear is that a trip to Morocco is so much more than just checking things off a list. It is truly about the experience itself.
In this quote right here, it just captures that feeling perfectly. It says that traveling here, especially if you're going solo, isn't just a vacation. It's exciting, eye-opening, and transformative. It's about a journey that actually changes you.
So here it is, maybe the most important piece of advice. You have to embrace the unexpected. The most powerful memories? They probably won't come from a guidebook. They'll come from those serendipitous encounters and unplanned detours. It's all about letting the journey itself be your guide. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. We've explored the sights, the sounds, the facts of this incredible country. The only question left is the one you have to answer for yourself. What will your serendipitous encounter be?